Patrice,
Yes.
what do you think of AI?
Okay, so this is like one that just keeps jumping out at me. And so it's super interesting because last night I was like, let me just check this out. It just seems so bizarre. And so I literally went on a site and I was like, I'll do it right now with you all because it's very interesting. Jillian, what can we write a song about?
Let's do love.
Love? I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of like written about. Let's see if it comes up with something different. Okay. Can you write me a song about love,
Heartbreak.
heartbreak? See, we're kind of like in the midst of Miley Cyrus' Flowers anyway, so let's see what kind of comes up as that. Okay, sure. Here's a song I came up with. All right. Thought we had it all. Everything felt so right. But now you're gone and I'm left with nothing but the night. The memories of us still linger in my mind. I can't help but wonder if we left something behind. Love and heartbreak, two sides of the same coin. It's hard to find the sunshine when you're lost in the rain. But I'll keep moving forward even though it feels strange because I love and heartbreak, they both lead to change. Let's continue on. What AI has to write. I used to feel so complete when I was by your side, but now I'm left with the emptiness that I can't hide. I know that time will heal, but it's hard to see it now. Because everything we built is slowly crumbling down. Love and heartbreak, two sides of the same coin. It's hard to find the sunshine when you're lost in the rain, but I'll keep moving forward even though it feels so strange, because love and heartbreak, they both lead to change. Bridge. I'll pick up the pieces to start anew, because if I don't move on, then I'll still stuck with you. The pain will fade and I'll learn to love again, but for now, I'll just embrace the heartbreak and the pain. And then it goes into that there. So, that being said, this is just like fascinating. It really is. And I think people will get annoyed with it and they'll be like, what the hell? Like, you know, and I've already kind of seen that. Like, I get it. You know, we don't want to be taking away from the real emotion. Like, that's artificial intelligence and they can't feel for us. But I will say, I really like the line. Personally, I think I'm like, oh, that's a cool line. I don't like the over rhyming, right? I think the song that I can't find it now, but the song that last night it wrote for me was again that kind of rhymey scheme. So personally, I don't think we always run into that rhyming. It's something I had to overcome, though. I think when I kind of look at this, I see a little bit more of a amateurish kind of writing in certain regards. Like, doesn't mean that just because you rhyme, it's a bad song, but I think we initially kind of can fall into that pattern and then kind of learn that, okay, yeah, a lot of songs don't actually even have that rhyme. But that being said, what is the kind of see your face too? She get over here and react with me. Oh, because love and heartbreak, they both lead to change. Like, I have to say, I kind of like that. But then it's like, what do you do with this, right? Because it's a blatant, it's not your, I guess, because it's so generalized when you say love and heartbreak, right? How can you actually utilize it? Then it's like, oh damn, I like that line, but like I can't actually use that. So I think like anyone, and this has been going on for years. So how do we evolve in this world? I think that people did before, very much so, people were inspired by previous songs. So it might not be at the moment someone just writing something and you being able to see it, but people would look at other people's songs that were on the radio and still do that and kind of go, oh, how can I put my personal twist on that? So I think it's a great place to maybe get some ideas and go, oh, that's a cool way of kind of looking at that. Now, how could I write that in my own kind of words, with my own kind of feeling? So I think rather than kind of going with it, even the ones that are like, because there's a mentality that I've seen where people are like music, you know, and I think this happens every single generation, where it's like people get older and then they're like, oh, music's not the same and people aren't, you know, I don't know, it's not what it was. And it's like, it's evolved and there's certain aspects that maybe are good from each generation. But every generation was inspired by other things. I think I had like one person once come and be like, there's been a few times, I shouldn't say just one person, there's been a few times when I've had people come in and want to work together, be it vocals or performance, and they've just been like, but I'm not inspired by anyone, I'm just me. And and maybe there's someone for them to work with, but like I find that so hard. Like artists are inspired by the nature around them. You know, it's kind of like how do you even do that if you just exist as yourself? Like, how are you inspired by yourself if you haven't evolved or changed or grown or anything? Like, I don't know, does this make sense? I don't want to go too far. But it doesn't make sense to me that you wouldn't. It almost seems like it's just a closed-minded ego type thing, like, I'm just me. And it's like, of course, you need to be authentically you. But it also is kind of like, you don't get inspired by anything, then, like, even your relationships or other people in your, like, world, like, how do you even write, you know, or how do you even, like, do anything? I don't know, you look at fashion, and there's not that there's people that don't come off the walls with certain things, especially lately. I've seen some things I'm like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're not inspired by anything, just themselves. But yeah, so I think it's really hard. I think we as natural beings are inspired by life, and be it other art forms, be it other songs, be it people around us. It's like it's hard to not draw from that, from the universe, and kind of use it as our Play-Doh to sculpt our creations, right? And so I think AI can be really helpful for that. I put in there a bio, like, hey, let's just see, does it put in a nice bio? If you're struggling with writing yourself a bio as an artist, check it out. It can be really cool. And I think ideas, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to just solely depend on this, but I think it can be a matter of like, just use the tool for what it is. And rather than like going up against it and kind of being like, like I'm not going to be inspired by anything or anyone around me, because I need to be me, my authentic self. Do it. It's your call. But I also think it can kind of close you off to find other layers of yourself, to find other things that could inspire you. So I think it's pretty cool. Right now, maybe this will be like those time capsules. Remember, like you buried them in like school and stuff? Maybe this will be a time capsule and be like, oh crap, did I really say that? It's like I'm living with a robot. Right? I don't know. Right now, looking at it, seeing what it can do, I'm like, I think we can utilize it, right? Just utilize it. Don't copy it. I don't know. Like you were saying, Jill, right? Like maybe there's ways of like plagiarize. It feels like plagiarism to just take that and just do that. It is, right? That's kind of the definition of plagiarism, is taking someone else's work and utilizing it for yourself. But to take it and kind of spin your own twist on it, like I said that weird. To take it and put your own twist. Let's spin your own twist. I guess you could. That's cool. That's cool. I'll utilize it. Now I'm going to have everyone like looking at my words. Like, did she write it? Did she not? But again, to kind of think about how, I think as independent artists, it is actually a really, really good time, because there's more available to us to be able to do things. And I think it's just all how you perceive it. And I get that people can be burnt through the industry and feel like it's not. But I really think if you look at all the tools around, we have access to, again, rates that couldn't be done before, right? Look at this here. It can be a tool to help you write a bio, right? Whereas I remember when I first, going back, was writing, I think I paid someone like $500 to write me a bio. I was new to the game too, and so for me it was like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? But I found so many people, so I ended up by investing in that. Whereas now I'm like, oh, utilize sources like myself telling you this, like, go check it out. And you have to put in details and then I think like refine it, but you don't need to go pocketing that out. You could save that towards production. Look at social media and how you can start to grow an audience and a fan base, and you can utilize that, and it's literally free besides your time, right? Time is valuable, but it's not something that you have to sit there and necessarily go grinding away, you know, show after show after show, or paying big bucks to have a marketing team, you know, put your stuff in magazines or things like that. And there's still that aspect, like you might utilize to pay out to have reviews done of your stuff and so forth, but you can very well utilize all these different tools to help yourself grow as an artist, to reach these different points to where you're getting that income that it can hold you up there. So AI, thank you. We'll see 10 years from now.